Hello there folks, and welcome back to the Chap's Guide. My name is Ash, I'm the curator of this channel, and this is a place where we come together as a community to learn more about ourselves, about style, about health, well-being, things like that, which make us better chaps. Now we're all on a journey, and as well as being stylish and elegant and well-versed in etiquette and things like that, for me, part of the balance to being a chap is also the wellness and the well-being side of things. And as I've said in the past, the downtime away from work, self-development and things like that is as important as the time invested in that side of your character. So this weekend, or for the next 24 hours at least, I'm heading out to the woods, and I'm going to spend at least 24 hours in my wilderness camp, my little hut in the woods. And I often use such experiences, just time to reflect, to rebalance my mind, and to just get back to a bit of basics, because you know you can't truly enjoy elegance and fine things if you haven't experienced the other side of the coin as well. So going back to basics is a really great way of reminding you the importance and the great things about being a chap. So I'm just trekking out to the hut right now. I'm taking everything I need with me on my back, and I'll see you there soon. Right then, sort ourselves out. Okay, so welcome back. I've made it to the hut. I'm just sorting myself out on the inside. Stove's all ready to go. I'm going to make a fire in a minute. I'm going to sort myself out with some lunch, and just as a bit of an experiment, bit of a potential route to go down, I've bought myself a British Army 24-hour ration pack. It's been a long time since I've eaten any of this sort of thing. Many years ago, my first career, when I was 17, I was in the military, and I have to say I was in the RAF, so we didn't eat an incredibly large amount of ration packs. When we were on exercises we did, nothing like the army or anything like that, but I thought I'd give this a try, see how it goes, because when I looked on eBay, they're quite inexpensive. This was like £14, and that's enough for 24 hours. I haven't opened it yet. We're going to do that together in a minute to see what we'll be dining on in the next day. But if we like this experience, I mean, when I was there buying this, I noticed that there were ration packs from all over the world. So in a future sort of series, we could do a day up here, overnighter, and we'll see. And I actually bought a Lithuanian Army ration pack the same time I bought this. So we'll try the British Army one as to set the standard, and then we'll try some of these other nationalities as well, so see how it goes. So let's get into the hut and see what's inside this and what I'll be eating for the next 24 hours. Okay, so let's see what's going to be in the larder for the next 24 hours. What are we going to eat on? Okay, so there's a feedback, bit of a menu there. Let's have a look. Let's see what is for lunch. So first of all, chocolate brownie. Oh, I can live with that. That sounds rather good. There's a lamb Rogan Josh. Doesn't sound too bad. I quite like lamb. We've got a vegetable korma. Also sounds pretty good to me. What have we got here? Smooth peanut butter. Oh, just right for a snack. Let's have a look. So we've got fruitful muesli with milk. Presumably you just add water to that. Bag of nuts. Just nuts. Okay. Like the sound of that. Isotonic lime flavoured drink. Okay, maybe not. Ooh, what's this? A fruit flavoured snack, I guess. Squirty snack thing. What have we got? We've got a sesame bar. Good, another snack. Fruit flapjack. Yeah, sounds good to me. Golden Oaty biscuits. Okay. Lots to eat here then. God. We've got a tropical flavoured fruit drink. We've got chocolate fruit drink or chocolate drink. We've got raspberry drink. We've got another raspberry drink. Oh my word. We've got waterproof matches. Quite handy with a striker there on the side. Useful. A little bottle of Tabasco sauce. How cool is that? Yeah, that'll be handy. Make some of this stuff palatable. And we've got a dried mixed nut nougat bar, or nugget bar, whatever you prefer to call it. Wow, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of eating here. And then there's a bag with, which I'm guessing is the drinks. Napkins, yeah, keep yourself clean. A spork to eat this stuff with, yeah. And what have we got? We've got some dental gum, so that serves as your toothbrush, I guess, when you're out here. We've got alcohol-free bacterial wipe, handy. A couple of them. We've got creamer for coffee. We've got, what have I got here? Tea bags, yeah, the essential in any British military pack. What's that there? Oh, white sugar and, ooh, water purification tablets. We have pretty much got it all covered here today. Right, so, first things first, if I remember right, we need to get some water boiling for this. Because even though these meals can be eaten cold from the bag, obviously for soldiers in the field, they do always taste a lot better warm. And the way to do it, you normally cut the top off, you get some boiling water, you boil you put your food in the boiled water or boiling water to warm it up, and then you use that water to make your tea or one of these drinks afterwards, chocolate drink, whatever. So you waste nothing, you don't waste any water, it heats your meal, and then it provides your drink as well. So first step for me, get the stove going, which means chopping a little bit of wood first. So let's get started, then it's time to eat. Okay, so these things are pretty easy to get going. Just need a bit of wood. Full disclosure, there is a fire lighter in there as well. Let that do its job. There you go. Right, what we do need is some water. Let's get that sorted first. Just over half a litre of water should be enough to get us going. Okay, so water's starting to warm up a bit now, fire's got hold, and I've decided for lunch it's going to be the vegetable korma option, which apparently is vegetables in a mild and creamy coconut sauce. I'm not even going to look at the calories, I'm sure it's horrific, because the idea is you get enough energy to fight in the field. So, if I remember right, it's been a while, you tear off the top of the bag. Now of course you can eat from the bag if you want, but being a chap, I'm not going to do that, if it's all possible. So you just pop your bag open. It doesn't look too horrific, I gotta say. Now you won't be able to see it too well, there's not much light. I'll show you when I pour it out onto a plate. Now I just pop my meal in there to warm up, and we'll give that a few minutes till the water boils. Make sure it's hot all the way through, and then I'll show you what it looks like, and I will tuck into lunch. Okay, see you in a minute. Right, here we go. So, time for some lunch. So I've had the boil in the bag going in there. The water's just coming up to the boil. I don't want it to be so hot I can't eat it. And this is the lamb korma option. So I guess, you know, you would normally just leave this in the bag, to be honest, to save you the washing up. but I want to make sure you folks out there, see what I'm about to eat. So I'll just bring this over to the camera so you can have a good look at it. And there we go, look at that. That is actually quite a nice creamy korma with lots of chunks of, well, potato and stuff in there. So there we go. That's going to be lunch. I'm going to put a little bit of Tabasco sauce on there, because what in life isn't improved with a bit of Tabasco sauce, I say. So just a little bit on there. Wow. Save some of this for later. And then for dessert, I'm going to have the fruit flapjack, followed by the fruit puree. So I'll give it a go. My water's just boiling, ready for my tea in a minute. Let's give it a try. Oh, that is not bad. That is not bad at all. Proper nice korma. And the Tabasco sauce gives you that nice little edge. So I'm going to tuck in now, get my cup of tea. After lunch, I'll take you on a little tour around the woods where we are, show you where I'm living, a little bit of a guided tour, show you some of the sights, and yeah, see where we're going to be, and then it'll be dinner. So it's an exciting day. Time to eat on. See you in a minute. Hello folks, just a quick update on lunch. I gotta say, the lamb korma was entirely adequate. It's not something I'd pay for in a restaurant, but then again, it was just one small part of what is a whole day's food. So plenty of energy in there. You can tell that when you're eating it. The flapjack was okay. You know, it wasn't something you'd expect from Starbucks. It was okay. There's nothing better than that. Nice cup of tea, no problem with that. And I also had the puree thing, which was okay, not bad. Nice bit of flavour to it. So I'm going to take you on a bit of a tour around the site now. So I'm in a small wooded area, and we're tucked away over in the corner. We've got a cultivated field next door to us, just around the back of the hut now. And just here you can see, I know what you're thinking, right? What's this architectural elite construction at the rear of the hut? And the truth is, this is what I call my wonky wood store. So this is where, you know, as I sort of harvest the trees, they get, they limbs get blown off, all sorts of things. We've had a few trees go down in the weather in the last year. I chop them up and then they go in the wood store. They season for a year or so, and then, you know, obviously I burn them in the wood stove in the little hut. I must say, when I constructed this, I did not use a ruler, a straight edge, a tape measure. It was all done with dead reckoning and the Mark I human eyeball. So hence I call it my wonky wood store. Thank goodness that there was a special offer on screws in the local supermarket that week, because I think it's more or less held together entirely with a proliferation of brass screws. So there we are. So this is the rear of the sort of hut. Not much to see, but I'll go around now and I'll show you some of the sights, take some photos if I see anything which might be interesting for you to see, and catch up now. So in the wood itself, I mean, it covers about, I guess, acre, something like that. So it's not massive. It's like a little microclimate really, all different types of trees here. And I believe it was planted about 30 years ago. So I took possession of it probably 10, 12 years ago, and treated it as sort of a little rural getaway. There's a little orchard further down on a bit of flat ground. But I love the woods, because the woods, it's an ever-changing place. So in the summertime, the trees are all fully fledged with leaves, and you know, it's a lovely, cool microclimate in here. You come in here and it's several degrees cooler because of the shade from the canopy created by the trees, which are actually quite close together. In the winter time, as we are now, it's January in the UK, it's unseasonably warm, to be fair. I would expect it to be a lot cooler than it is actually, but it's way above freezing. Bit windy. It's scheduled to have a bit of a storm tonight, I believe, wind-wise, but shouldn't be too wet. I am expecting rain, but no snow or any of the good stuff considering it's January. But even at this time of year, there's no leaves except some of the, you know, the permanently fledged green trees. But even so, it's got a bit of an atmosphere, a bit of a, I don't know, it's there's an ambience to being in a wood. You know, obviously I'm going to be the only person here, but you share the space with wildlife. So I'm looking forward to tonight. It'll be dark in just a few hours, of course, because it's just about the sort of darkest time of the year. And I'm quite looking forward to it going dark and seeing what I can see. So I'm going to have a look around now, see what sign of wildlife I can find. I'll put a few photos up for you if I can find any. Yeah, we'll see what happens. So all I've got to do now is explore, look around, make sure the site is all in good order, chop a bit of wood again if I get ready for tonight, because I think I'll be, you know, indoors all evening with the fire burning, so we need to be ready for that. Shouldn't be any trouble with logs tonight. And yeah, we'll wait to see what nature brings us. So I'll catch up with you at dinner time at the table in the hut. See you then.
And the widest audience possible. We're all playing the same about broadcast rules are fair. It means we get more access. The less stories about number 10 buying a dog, the more stories what the Labour Party front bench position might be that day. But, you know, I'll say back to you, look, how did Sky frame this election? They framed it as the Brexit election. It was on the tagline of all your shows, just like what number 10 and Dominic Cummings probably really wanted. And I know, against what the Labour Party wanted to do, which is get back on the domestic agenda. So,
well, here we are. It's about 9 o'clock at night now, and I've just had dinner. I had the lamb Rogan Josh, followed by the chocolate brownie. And I have to say, it was an excellent meal. It was a lovely meal. The lamb was, I warmed it up. It was suitably tasty. There was just enough of it. You know, looking at the bag, you think, oh, it's not enough. But actually, plenty of food there. And the chocolate brownie was really nice. Shame I couldn't have any custard with it, really. It would have been a lovely dessert. A lot more than I would ordinarily have eaten, I think, on a Saturday night. Just having a little, you probably saw me pouring the glass of wine, or bottle of wine. A little bit of a cheat, obviously. That wasn't included in the British Army ration pack for obvious reasons. But I had a bottle left over, little single portion bottle left over from something over Christmas, and I thought I'd treat myself. So it's been a few hours since we last spoke, and I've spent that time sort of relaxing, chilling out, doing some chores around the hut. I don't often get this much time up here uninterrupted, so it's quite a pleasure. Just been listening to Radio 4, you know, just relaxing. It's medicine for the mind, isn't it? Just to get away from the humdrum and the social media and, you know, the telephone and all the responsibilities that you normally have. So it's quite a joy. On the bed over here, I've just got my sleeping bag is ready. In an hour or so, I'm going to climb in there. Radio 4, put that on. A little bit of background noise. Stove is cranking out probably far too much heat. I've got to open the door crack just to let some airflow in. Not because there's a problem with the air. It's just too warm. It's a really, this Outbacker Firebox stove is superb. You know, it doesn't take a lot of wood at all, and it heats this 8-foot by 6-foot space like a sauna. So you know, you've got to manage the temperature here, and the windows don't open, so I've got to use the door as the airflow. So there we are. So I hope you've enjoyed so far my little trip up to the hut. Tomorrow morning I'm going to obviously spend the night here. There's still a breakfast to go in the ration pack. Then I'll give you my final update on whether I think it's a suitable investment for an overnighter, and how I think, you know, it fares in the military ration pack hierarchy, the pantheon. probably cheating a bit by having a glass of wine with it, but there we go. It's Saturday night. It's my weekend. You know, it's the night I have off. I'd be having a glass of wine if I was at home with the family, so I'm treating myself here tonight. Just want to give a bit of a shout out. Met a lovely guy yesterday. I was in Bath with John, one of the collaborators for the channel. We were filming a video on men's fragrances, which would probably follow this video in a week or so. And while we were there, we met a friend of John's, Emilio, and his wonderful wife Anna. Emilio is a dapper gentleman as well, and we had a few photos, so shout out for Emilio. Lovely to meet you. It was your 42nd birthday. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your birthday and had a lovely evening in Bath, which is a fantastic city to visit, particularly as a chap, because there are some fantastic independent shops there, not least places like Penhaligon's for fragrances, Geeves and Hawkes for tailoring, and there's some great shoe shops there as well. I spent a bit of time in one of the Loke shops there, which was, they had some lovely range to see it all. So I'm just going to chill, put the radio on, finish my glass of wine, probably have a cup of tea before I turn in, maybe have a little squirrel around, see if I can see any badgers or anything in the grounds here, and try and get a good night's sleep. And I'll see you in the morning for breakfast. So until then, good night. Alright there folks, good morning and welcome back to the hut. It's Sunday morning at 6 AM and I had a great night's sleep. It was a really good night, very windy, very rainy, but have to say tucked up in my sleeping bag, lovely and snug, not particularly cold for January in the UK, it's fair to say. Got up at about 5:45, got the stove going, boiled some water. I've got my hot brew here waiting to drink, and I put some boiling water on the porridgey thing which was in the bag, and I'm just waiting for that to look edible. That's just oats really with some dried veg in it, fruit rather, not veg. So I think it's fair for me to give an assessment now of the 24-hour British Army ration pack, and my assessment is superb. Lunch I had the vegetable korma with a flapjack and the fruit puree. Mid-afternoon I had the sesame bar as a snack. They were great, they were all alright. The sesame bar was a bit, you know, chewy to be honest, but it was okay. Plenty of energy in there. For dinner, which was quite late, I ate that about 9 o'clock, I had the lamb rogan josh, which was a lovely curry, especially when you added some of the Tabasco sauce to it. Lovely and flavoursome, lots of, yeah, it was a good tasty meal, lots of taste in there and definitely quite enjoyable. And for dessert I had the chocolate brownie, which was really good actually. I'd have been happy to eat that anywhere, let alone, you know, a dried vacuum packed piece of cake. It was fine, absolutely great. Breakfast, as you can see, is the porridge. There's loads of stuff left in the box that I can't eat, you know, to want to eat. There's a big bag of nuts. There are some biscuits, there's peanut butter, loads of stuff, you know, more than enough. And then the drink wise, I think I've only had a couple of coffees and a cup of tea. There's, you know, litres and litres of fluid there in the form of drinks, hot chocolate and so on and so forth. So, you know, if you're going to be out for 24 hours and you're going to be doing strenuous activity, a British Army ration pack is a good way of carrying a lot of food with you. I kept it in the box. If you break it down, put it in your bag, it's obviously not going to take up a huge amount of space. And if you're trekking, hill walking, if you're an extreme fisherman, and you want to be outside, you know, in the elements, fishing overnight at the sea, next to a river, whatever, you know, and you don't want to mess around making a lot of food. With those bags, you can eat them directly from the bag. All you got to do is warm them up. You don't even have to warm them up. You can eat them cold if you wish. I would recommend warming everything up. It really tastes a lot better. But there we go. My sort of assessment is first class. Well worth the investment if that's what you want. Only about £14.50 and you're covered for the whole day. So my next trial is going to be, I've bought it already. It's the Lithuanian Army ration pack. I don't think it's 24 hours. I think it might be just one meal, because on the outside it says it's 1,500 calories, which is a big meal, but you know, I think we'll have a look anyway when we get it open. It's in a sealed container, so I'll try that next time. Maybe when I'm camping in a tent or back here in the hut. Next time I'm on a wellness retreat, as I am today. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this edition of the Chaps Guide, a little bit different, you know, juxtaposed to the style and the tips around looking good and personal performance skills like public speaking and so on. But I like to keep things interesting, because that's how we grow and get better as chaps anyway. You know, being a broad church of different things all in one place, and that is the definition of being a chap for me. So if you have enjoyed it, please don't forget to click the like button down below, because I like to know that you're enjoying this, because it gives me motivation to make more. Subscribe when you're there, because the more subscribers we get, the more people in this community of chaps, and the richer we become as a body of people. And leave a comment. You know, please do leave a comment. Suggest something you'd like me to do in the future, or if you want tips on something, or you know, any of the other products that I've reviewed. If you've got a contrary view to what I've expressed, let me know in the comment section, and yeah, we'll learn together. So thanks for listening. I look forward to speaking to you again very soon. Now until then, take care. Yeah, not bad at all.